Hello friends, this is Holmes, a first-time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead. So I just wanted to do a quick video on what is Guerrilla Silvopasture. I've talked about it many times in past videos, but just kind of wanted to give you an update, especially for those of you who have not heard the term before, and just kind of want to explain my methodology, my thought behind this. So I'm sure you, or maybe you're not, familiar with the term silvopasture, which is a combination of trees and pasture. So the idea behind it is that you have trees growing in a pasture where there's enough forage on the ground for your animals to graze, and there's enough canopy to help keep the animals cool. So you have some shade, but you have enough sunlight to grow things, and there's enough growing for the animals to graze. So it works out very nicely. So that is what we are working on here on Holmestead Ridge. We're developing silvopasture, and you can see through there, got a lot of low growing stuff. Now that is not all forage. It's not all what the cows can use, the ruminants can use just yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So one of the areas that I worked on, this is last summer, this area right here, and I'm kind of standing in the middle of it, and you can see all of these down trees. Now these trees are not that big. They're in the neighborhood of about 4, 5, 6 inches. These were all cut down last year. I believe it was in August. And the idea behind it, well, actually, the reason that I picked this area is because you can see this large oak tree here, which has fallen. It's still hung up in this maple tree, but you can see it did some damage to this maple, and the majority of this maple is now dead. There's just that one section that is still alive. You have this ash tree, which has been gone for about 15 years probably. And then there's this oak tree over here, okay? Well, that might be a hickory, I'm not sure. But those 3 trees. So over half of this tree is dead, this tree is completely dead, and this tree here also dead. And what happened was, when those died, they opened up a hole in the canopy. Now, it's not a huge hole in the canopy, but when you compare it to, like, looking over here, you can see there's a lot more sunlight here than over there. So this is a perfect opportunity for some silvopasture. So we had these small trees. Some of them are small-ish, where they would be in the understory. Some of them were just vying for position so that in 20, 30 years they could fill that hole in the canopy. And that is not what I wanted them to do. So these trees were all cut down, and they would have blocked most of the sunlight. So you can't, you wouldn't be able to see this hole, or much of this hole in the canopy, while those trees are still growing. If you look over here, you can see that large maple tree, which has the orange and yellow ribbon on it. And then right next to it, we have a shagbark hickory, that's the one in the middle, has a green ribbon. And then there's another maple right here to the left. And if you look up, you can see those 2 small trees, how dense it is with all of their leaves. So those are the kinds of trees that I'm cutting out from the understory, leaving the big trees. And by cutting out these smaller trees, that allows sunlight to come down, and we start getting some stuff growing. So in this area, so this was done in August of last year. So it's now mid-May. So that's about 9 months ago. So this is what is growing now. Now, it hasn't had a whole lot of time to kind of adapt to the amount of sunlight that it's getting, but you know, we are making some progress. If we look down over the hill, it's right down over here, you can see how green that area is. Now that area, that was cleared out in April of last year. So a lot of stuff has grown back in the 13 months since that was cleared. Now there's a lot more clearing to do. You can see a lot of small trees in there that still need to come out. But all I can say is there were a lot that were dropped. And I know we've got more to do, but just those that we dropped initially have allowed this area to come back like that. And then we'll see what this area looks like here in the next several months. We are making progress, and of course, looking over there, that area, that's been sort of cleared out for the last, 3 years. I've been working over there kind of intermittently, so we're getting some good stuff going on over there as well. And this is part of the 6-acre project for 2025, where I'm clearing all of this area, the 6 acres through here. More of these trees will come out. And all of this small scrubby stuff. You can see some autumn olives and things down through there, some honeysuckle. Those are all come out because that's an additional layer that prevents the sun from getting down to and preventing the grass to grow. So lots more work to do, but things are looking good. So I just wanted to share that with you. We certainly appreciate you watching. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But if not, we will see you in the pasture.